Great cities of the country are usually led by people living and coming downtown on a 24-hour basis. And so we're glad to be a part, at HRI, of a renaissance of downtown Dallas. And we're going to bring a couple of hundred apartments, 180 hotel rooms, restaurants, and parking as part of a resurgence and return of people to live in the city of Dallas. That will really help. Dallas is, at least I love New Orleans, that's our home city. We have a history of downtown. Obviously Dallas is blowing us away in terms of growth. And when Dallas adds the cultural activities and brings people downtown to live near transportation, near restaurants, and brings hotel guests to give it a 24-hour life, it'll start to take aspects that New Orleans has, obviously to add to the aspects it already has, which is tremendous growth.
What is historically significant about this particular building, and what attracted you to it?
Well, what's happening is some of the office buildings that used to work as office are no longer being utilized. They were built in the 50s, the 60s, and the 70s. And they're now eligible for historic tax credits, which is an incentive that you can utilize to finance complex projects like this. We love the fact that we could do a rooftop pool, have parking within the building, have a restaurant on the ground floor, and combine uses. When you combine hotel with residential, you actually make your residential very happy because they can take advantage of hotel amenities. And then obviously the glass and the way the building was shaped created great views for all of our residents. So this became a great opportunity for us.
What will this building have to offer when it's finished?
Well, it'll offer a place to live, it'll offer a place to visit for tourists, it'll have a fine restaurant, and then you'll be able to walk out of the front door and then go to your office, go to a restaurant, go to cultural activities, get on the light rail and go anywhere you want. Great location. We've done well over $2 billion of this work in cities across the country. And we usually look for a neighborhood. We're a neighborhood builder. We like to revitalize cities by creating diverse, vibrant, and sustainable communities. What that means on the ground is we go into a city, we meet the power structure, the mayor, the business community, the civic communities, the council, and say, where do you want your Soho? And we will work in public-private partnership to help that city rebuild neighborhoods, 24-hour life, office, retail, artist housing, whatever works to make a downtown revitalized. When you look to the future, we're going to have to find a way to get out of the car. And so we're going to have to concentrate living activities near work, near play, near transportation. And so that's the way cities were traditionally built, and beautiful traditional cities are what we all try to emulate. And that's where we're going back to, and that's what Dallas is doing, bringing people back, living downtown, bringing hotel guests downtown, creating a 24-hour life near transportation, connecting them to the airports and to Fort Worth and to the suburbs. That's the future.
Good morning. My name is Kirsten Vasslar. I'm the project manager for HRI Properties, who is the developer and owner of the LTV Tower. Thank you so much for joining us this morning to celebrate the reconstruction of this iconic office building into Dallas's first mixed-use hotel and residential building. We would like to thank our financial partners, Capital One Bank, Fidelity Homestead Bank, First NBC Bank of New Orleans, and Stonehenge Capital for their hard work in structuring this project's funding. We also thank John Crawford, who I believe is here in the audience, and his whole team at Downtown Dallas for hosting many meetings with our partners and brilliantly selling Downtown Dallas. We also want to thank Dallas-based Andrews Construction and Merriman Architects, who are hard at work behind and to the side of me. They have been phenomenal and very patient partners throughout our entire development process. Without them, we would not be here today. Finally, we'd like to thank the City of Dallas, all of the folks in the Economic Development, Real Estate, and the Downtown Connection TIF Board for supporting and assisting our development team in navigating the city's processes and bringing this project to fruition. Thank you. I would like to introduce Mayor Mike Rawlings for just a few comments.
Thank you, and it is great to hear noise from construction crews in downtown Dallas. I love it. In 1964, this building was built. There was a great revival in Dallas. A lot has changed in 50 years, and it is great to have a new rebirth in downtown Dallas since that time. We kind of let land take over in the Dallas area. Everybody kind of spread out, and we got serious about rebuilding downtown. Many of the strategies are starting to pay off, and we even attract folks from New Orleans to come invest in it. And with that, I want to say thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you to HRI Properties, Press Kabikoff, the CEO, their vision about what is going to be going on in downtown Dallas. We're going to have a hotel here. We're going to have apartments here. We're going to have a place where people can sense urbanism in a real way, but at the same time in a new way for Dallas. Right across from a wonderful park, the heritage of that park is about gratitude. It's about Thanksgiving. It's about the sense that we are very blessed in this city to be part of this city. And I think I'm very blessed today to have these folks do this. I'll tell you this, Dallas will happen and continue to grow if downtown grows. It's something that is a key strategy of ours, and we as a city council believe whether you live in far north Dallas or far south Dallas, the future of Dallas is based in downtown Dallas. And downtown Dallas is right where the core is, where the Dart line is, where Thanksgiving Square is. You guys are in Main and Main. I'm going to tell you, that's the best part of real estate, and this will be very successful for it. One of the biggest proponents of downtown Dallas around our city council horseshoe is Philip Kingston. He is bragging week on week on week on how many great things he's done and what's happened in downtown Dallas. That's all right. I take all the credit too, because it's so exciting. But thank you all. Thank you, press. I appreciate this. You've got our backing here at the City of Dallas. Mr. Philip Kingston.
Thanks, Mayor. We're really lucky to have a mayor in Mike Rawlings who's committed to downtown and to making it a vibrant place, and the rest of the council really is too. I'm privileged to be able to represent this part of the city, which I consider to be the area of biggest opportunity in our city. But the whole council has taken it on as a citywide project, and I want to be respectful of that because what they've done is given us a disproportionate share of the money, which is really a good thing. This project is, I was looking around at it before I came over, and it is really an exemplar for what we're trying to do in the Elm Main Commerce Corridor, the old heart of the CBD. This is mixed use, this is housing, this is bringing working people into downtown where they can live, work, and play all in an urban core of our city, and that's exactly the vision that DDI has pushed through the Downtown Dallas 360 plan. It is the policy of the council. This feels like policy put into practice through the good works of our economic development department at the City of Dallas, and it is one of the last sort of pieces of the puzzle in terms of the last vacant buildings in the old core. Once we get these projects that have all started kind of at the same time finished, I think we're going to see a vibrancy down here that is unmatched in sort of the post-World War II Midwestern cities. Dallas is really leading the way in reinvigorating its urban core, and I just feel privileged to be a part of it. I thank you all for being a part of it. I love seeing, even though we have great outside investors coming in, which we will take anytime, I love seeing good local partners in Anderson, Merriman working on a project like this. I think that will ensure its success. Again, thanks so much for being here. I can't wait to come experience LTV in its new incarnation.
my typical mantra is it's another great day downtown, and it certainly is, and it's become another great week downtown. But this is a real important project. It's taken a long time to put together. We couldn't do it without the help of the City Council. We couldn't do it without the help of the Economic Development Group, certainly all of the investors and developers that have come into play here to make this a reality is extremely important. Just a couple of interesting sidebar notes. Right around the corner, we opened up the 8th 7-Eleven in downtown Dallas. It wasn't that many years ago we didn't have any. And now we've got 8 right around the corner. The second thing is it's right across the street from Thanksgiving Square. I remember when that was open, and I would tell you when they built Thanksgiving Square, they said, if you will stand perfectly still, you will be moved. And that's absolutely true. And this project interfaces with an historical product in the form of Thanksgiving Square. But this couldn't be a better example of a public-private partnership where we're headed with the revitalization of downtown, and you put all that into the mix with a quality and experienced developer in HRI Properties out of New Orleans. They've done some marvelous products in other parts of the country that we've been exposed to and seen. We worked with them closely. They're good partners. This one took a little bit longer, perhaps, than everybody wanted it to take to get to where we wanted it to be, but we are there today to actually celebrate the beginning of another important project for downtown. So we're much appreciative of your commitment to excellence and everything that you do, and this is certainly no exception to that. So we're most grateful. Thank you so much.
I'm Press Kabikoff, CEO of HRI Properties. We develop in cities across America, and we do cities, we do neighborhoods. That's sort of what our bag is. One of our criteria is we do work in public-private partnership, and so it's essential that you have the support of the leadership of the community. And as you've listened to your leadership, they get it completely. And I think the reason they get it is because great cities, New Orleans, let me brag on that for a second, that's our headquarters. It doesn't compare to Dallas in terms of a booming city. You have one. We're coming back from a great storm, but one of our advantages was that we had people living downtown, a neighborhood called the French Quarter, for the last 250, 300 years. And that's what really makes great cities. You're very smart to take this area of the city as you grow, and the anticipation is that you and the Fort Worth area are going to continue to grow. And then this as a residential community and as a community where hotel guests can come visit, giving it a 24-hour life, when it's located near transportation, and that's the future. You're going to have to find a way to get out of the car. And so properties located near connecting links of transportation, near parks on both sides of the street, near shopping, Neiman Marcus headquarters, when you can create a rooftop pool and parking in the same building and mix those components, you're adding to, and we're not the leaders of this area. Your city has encouraged many developers to come down, and as was said, you're going to grow from 8,000 maybe to 10 to 15,000 people down here. We're just participating in a very smart move that this city is making, creating an asset for people to relocate to Dallas, relocate downtown, relocate to an area that'll be connected to transportation and other activities. That's the future, and you're right on it. We're glad to be part of it. Thank you very much. I'd like to introduce Mr. Eastman from Capital One. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Kent Eastman. I'm the Dallas Market President, also the Texas State President for Capital One Bank, and it's so great to be here with you today. What wonderful weather we dialed up for this event to kick it off and to celebrate. I want to introduce two of my partners here today, Matthew Broadnax and John Reichenbach. These are our real estate guys that really engaged here and have been a key partner in our point of relationship with HRI. And that relationship spans many decades for us, and during this time the bank has partnered with HRI in more than a dozen projects, many of which were renovations of historic buildings. Our experience with them has included renovations in 4 states, and they've earned a strong reputation for quality work. So the transformation of this vacant high-rise into a high-quality mixed-use building is significant. It's a significant undertaking, and we've got dedicated partners, and it's another positive sign, a positive step forward for downtown Dallas. Working with the mayor on many projects to impact this community. We were together just last week kicking off his summer book club readings. We're working on the fabric of our children here in Dallas. And serving on the board with John Crawford of downtown Dallas, it's a special pride when we see things like this going. Our office is located just up the street here, so it's so nice to stroll down here today and be a part of such a great celebration. We are proud to be the lead bank in this financing of the reconstruction of the LTV Tower. We're excited about the jobs being created and the increase in quality housing and hotel space results from this project. We have a beautiful and spirited downtown here in Dallas, and Capital One Bank, we're very proud to be a part of that. I think it's a great example. And I love when we see the teamwork come together. When you look at the different elements, you start with the entrepreneurial spirit that HRI brings in to come in and say, you know, we're willing to invest significant personal capital to make this thing happen. And then you get communities and cities that take a stance, not just of verbal support, but make an investment as well with various tax credit financing to help make such a complex project come off. And organizations like Downtown Dallas that support it, and then bringing in the private debt capital that we and our partners can bring to the table and put all those pieces together in a true partnership, and awesome things happen. And that's what we love to be a part of. So this is a great day for us, great day for HRI, great day for downtown Dallas, great day for the city of Dallas. Thank you for being here.
I'm telling you, I am just so excited to see the growth that's happening in downtown. I mean, there's so many businesses that want to move down here. There's so much population. My son lives a block away, and he's got a whole group of people that are wanting, are celebrating what's happening downtown. To have this many new apartment buildings, having new hotels, this price point, it's going to be huge for the convention business. Right next to a dart line, right next to a wonderful park, it shows what that this vision is not just a vision, it's becoming a reality.
What does this mean for people that live throughout the Metroplex area?
Well, I think what ultimately it means is people want to touch downtown. They want to be part of a connected environment. Dallas-Fort Worth is the second largest job creator in the nation. So people are coming. We've got to provide them lots of opportunities and a lot of a portfolio of selections. One thing that people love is a downtown that's vibrant, and this has been working for the last 10 years, and so today's just another first down in that accomplishment.
And your reaction to the New Orleans firm that's doing this work?
Well, I'll tell you, to have investors, whether in New York or New Orleans or Chicago, have come down here and say, I can make money. We can make money if we invest behind this economic engine, is a great proof that it's not just words, but there's really a business model behind it that's going to be successful.
And it's not just this building. I mean, you got brand new apartments, hundreds of them going up in Victory Park and all over the place.
We have got hundreds, and we are creating thousands of residents. You know, it was talked about one time when there was no one living here, let's get to 7,500, okay? Now everybody's saying we're going to blow past 10,000 people living within a 5-minute walk from where we're standing right now. And that's going to change the whole dynamic. And each street's going to have a different texture. What's happening on Main Street is so cool, and what's happening over here. So that's what a downtown is interesting. And I think the guy from New Orleans said it well, that every great city has a great downtown. And so our decision to spend money for the whole city budget downtown, I think, is starting to pay off.
Mayor, are we witnessing a total transformation of downtown Dallas?
I think slowly we are. This is being unveiled. A lot of work has been done over the last 4 or 5 years, and I think you're going to see it for the next 4 or 5 years. We're right at that tipping point, okay? We're not over it yet. We still have a couple of more projects to be done, but when that happens, then the cascade of growth is going to be coming in. The retail, we need more retail down here to service all these people. I mean, you can make money. The fact that we had 8 7-Elevens now, and we had none a few years ago, shows you that people are making money on the street. I want to have that texture here as well, so we become a very interesting place where people kind of take DART, come down here for an afternoon, spend money, have some fun, and go back home.
Love it. We love being in Dallas. We love being in Fort Worth. We think this is the growing part of the country, and we can play a nice hand in making it a wonderful place to be.
With the official groundbreaking of 1600 Pacific, this is another historical moment for us in that we've taken an older building and we're going to bring it back. We're going to revitalize it in a way that lends itself to the revitalization of downtown. This has been a great example of a public-private partnership that's been brought to bear, one of many, I might add, and we're just very fortunate to have a quality developer like HRI Properties coming here and doing this redevelopment. They're going to do hotel, they're going to do residential, they're going to do retail. All of that comes into play as far as our strategic plan, Downtown Dallas 360, is concerned, and we're just thrilled to be able to have this opportunity to showcase more of downtown and what HRI is bringing to it.
Describe the historical significance of this building here.
Yeah, and I can remember when it was LTV Tower here, and there was a thing called, I believe it was the Lancers Club that was in there. I think it goes back to the mid-1960s, and this is one of those buildings that was built back in the day and was allowed to basically not be as active as it was, and so fortunately we're able to take these kind of projects and turn them into primarily residential and hotel properties, which is helping us greatly in terms of creating the critical mass that we want to have in the downtown area.
What does this project mean to people that live throughout the Metroplex?
I think it probably, in terms of the people that have lived here in the Metroplex for quite a long time, I think it'll mean a great deal to them. They'll see another old building coming back to life is the bottom line, and they'll recognize the name LTV, and they'll recognize the building, and they'll see that this is another step forward in terms of the revitalization of downtown. So I think that's probably the most recognizable thing that folks out there that have been around for a while will notice.
Your reaction to the entire project?
Well, the entire project is great, and we've worked very closely with the developers, HRI, in terms of doing the things that had to be done, and they are a very well-respected, experienced developer for these kind of projects, i.e. taking older buildings, creating new residential, new hotels, new retail, and so they have done a magnificent job. I've seen the plans, and it's going to just be glamorous in terms of, a year and a half from now when we get all this up and going.
Capital One's relationship with HRI spans almost 2 decades. During this time, the bank has partnered with HRI in more than a dozen projects, many of which were renovations of historic buildings. So our experience with HRI has actually gone across 4 different states, and certainly they've earned a strong reputation for the quality of their work. In a project like this, seeing the transformation of a vacant high-rise into a high-quality mixed-use building, it's just a significant development. We're proud to be a partner in it. We're proud of, I think it's a great example of the public-private partnership and the entrepreneurial spirit, all 3 coming together in a way to really impact downtown Dallas.
What is this going to mean not only for people in the downtown area, but everybody who lives in the Metroplex?
Well, this is a further step, really, of the development of downtown, of making it a viable place to really live, of building communities in the downtown area, and bringing the other amenities that continue to develop that. I know John Crawford with Downtown Dallas is here, as well as the mayor, and talking about the impact of that and the synergies that we can create for the city but the central city has to be whole. It's the central part of the greater DFW Metroplex area, and for it to be sound and whole and the viable option that is rapidly becoming is just critical to the future development of Dallas and the entire Metroplex.
Your reaction to what you've seen here so far today?
It's exciting. I mean, this is exciting when you see the change going on, when you can see the pictures and envision the ultimate transformation. Like I said, when you see the entrepreneurial spirit at work, when we're able to bring in and be a part of that with our capital and resources, and you see the public entities taking an active role in supporting it, in providing the tax credits and other pieces that are really necessary to pull together this type of project, very exciting.
Go to our website, www.HRIpropertiesies.com.